Wholesale Hotline, where we cover everything to do with wholesale real estate. I'm Jamil Damji.
I'm Brent Daniels.
And I am Pace Morby.
And together we cover the most important parts of wholesale real estate.
Lead generation.
Conversion of sellers into contracts.
And dispositions. Guys, remember, when you're watching this show, do us a favor and squad up in the comments.
Make sure that you are liking and subscribing to the YouTube channels and in the Facebook group Wholesale Hotline.
Most important, we want to know we're doing a great job for you and helping you build your business. So go give us a review on iTunes and or Spotify.
So squad up and enjoy the show!
Welcome to Wholesale Hotline number 158. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started or if you've done hundreds of deals, you're going to find something in this show that you can implement into your business so that you can be more profitable wholesaling real estate. I am Brent Daniels, Mr. TTP, Mr. Talk to People, and I am with the king, wearing the crown of wholesaling, Jamil Damji. How are you?
These are glasses.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a crown.
I was just, we have a live studio audience today,
We
guys.
sure
Check
do.
out our audience.
Hold on. There it is.
Hey!
Hey!
And I was just saying, look, guys, it's dumb Jamil, smart Jamil. Dumb Jamil, smart Jamil. I can see nothing when I do this, by the way. It's all a blur. I'm fantastic today, bro. Thank you so much for...
Big day today.
It was a big day. We launched the Astro Blaster today.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible success.
Yes.
We're almost capped out. We've got another, it's like a handful of, I think there's like 9 seats left. Bobby's going to put a link in the chat, guys. So 9 of you guys, if you're still wanting to hop in and take part of the launch of, I forgot to tell everybody, our next, when we come back, after, because we are capping our registration right now just to make sure we have like the highest level of customer service.
Yeah.
The price is going up next time.
Got it.
So the 7 of you who have not yet signed up or you were on the fence, it is going to be a little bit more expensive next time. We do understand that we priced it really well, and we're going to keep it priced well, but also know that it's expensive. It's expensive to have staff. It's expensive to have support. Expensive to have tech support, and we have all that, and we're paying for that for you guys. So when you have questions and you need help, that you will have the help and questions. Also, I am going to be hopping into coaching calls for people that are members of the Astro Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyways.
What is Astro Blaster?
So it is
for people that are uninitiated.
So let's just imagine you have a W-2 job. You work 9 to 5, and no agent outreach is a really smart way to get leads.
Yep.
But unfortunately, because you work a W-2 job, you just don't have the time. You don't have the time to spend 8 hours a day sending outreach messages and following up. So Astro Blaster is automated agent outreach and automated follow-ups. Bro, it's so smart that the way that Andy has set up these workflows, like, it'll start off, it'll send an initial outreach message to the agent. Then say the agent responds with, hey, yeah, nothing, I don't have anything right now, but check back with me later. Yeah. So it intuitively understands what the agent said and then follows up with the right response. Yeah. It'll even send them, like, just say, for instance, that you've sent them an initial outreach and they didn't reply. It'll wait a couple of days and then say, hey, are you still an agent? And if they don't reply, or if they do reply, it'll send them to another workflow. So it's like, basically, we've taken ChatGPT. Yeah. So we've rebranded it to Astro AI. It's artificial intelligence, so that we have variety in the types of questions we're asking, the type of outreach messages that we're sending. Yep. But then on top of that, the follow-ups and the work sequences that are happening through the process. I mean, we literally went through a number of conversations that Andy was having with real estate agents while he was on the webinar with me today live. Right. Just imagine that. Imagine like you have robots basically doing all of your work for you. And then as soon as there's a deal available, they're like, hey, here's the deal. So it's helped a lot of people. We beta tested it for a couple of months prior to actually going live with it.
Yeah.
And the beta testers, we had, multiple folks that I didn't even realize had been a part of the beta that came on and said, hey, I just jumped in, just saw that you guys went live with this. I'm a testimony as well. I've been in it for a month. I went hard on it for a couple of weeks, got my first deal at $24K. Matt Walton, almost $300,000 worth of business being done on his just from automated outreach. Tabitha, she's a brand new user, but she's already got 2 deals in the works from the Astro Blaster. So it's a game changer for people that have full-time jobs, but don't want to give up on their dream to be a wholesaler.
So what, they get the numbers of real estate agents in their market throughout the whole like, is it market specific?
It's market specific right now, but we're going to open it up in the next 30 days. You'll be able to add an additional market for a little bit of an extra fee.
Mm-hmm.
You'll add an additional market. So it's not going to be super expensive to add markets, guys. Adding markets is not going to be a profit center for us. Adding markets is just a utility for you guys. And right now, the only reason why we're capping it to 1 market is because we don't want you to go too ham on sending out too many messages, because you have to ease into it.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those things where you have to like grow into the system.
Yeah.
But the other part is that we want you to get 1 market down.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to start another market in a month, start another market in a month.
But
so
why not just get a text service that you plug in a VA, right? And a VA is just responding and doing the work for you, and you come home from work and you get or they text you during the time. Like, why not just have like a human do it? You know what I mean?
You could. You absolutely could have a human do it. I think what ends up happening if you have a human having those conversations is they're going to want to talk to you anyways.
Yes.
And they're going to be asking you questions. They're going to be say, hey, the agent said this, and now what?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going to get like, they're not going to leave you alone.
No.
They're going to be asking you questions all day.
Yeah.
But the way that we've programmed the Astro Blaster is it's taken all of the responses that I would give.
Yeah.
And it's automatically inputted them in there.
That's the key, because AI, and listen, I know very little. I mean, I've watched maybe 10 YouTube videos on it to try to understand it, but it's like it learns as you prompt it. Right. It learns as you start giving it responses to certain questions, and then it's always in there. And then it's kind of figuring things out and learning how to communicate with property, with the agents. Right.
And that's, I think the unique aspect of what we've created here is that it's been designed for agent outreach by my brain.
Yeah.
So what I would say, because Andy is just, I mean, he's a genius, right? Yeah. But what he did is he literally inputted all of my responses.
Yeah.
All of my replies.
Yeah.
Like, what would Jamil say in this circumstance? What would Jamil say in this circumstance? What would Jamil say here? What would Jamil say here? Then you take those responses and you put it into ChatGPT, and it gives you variety. So it takes all those replies and it changes the way that the wording is. It changes the order. It changes all of it.
So what do you do if an agent doesn't want you to text them?
It will, if the agent says,
if they're like
leave me alone.
Yeah,
it'll dead delete, and it'll
automatically just
it'll automatically send them
put them in the trash.
It stops you from ever having to have, like, it doesn't want you to piss anybody off.
Right.
So it'll automatically dead the lead.
And then you're getting all of like updated numbers for agents.
Yeah. So here's the part,
from
right?
Some database.
Pace and I, we spend a lot of money on agent databases.
Right.
And funny enough, Andy cross-checked my list versus the list that he went and scraped data all across the internet to get our database for Astro Blaster.
Yeah.
And it's about 20% better than the list that we pay thousands of dollars for. So it's got like a 99% hit rate.
So then you're texting to build relationships with these agents. This isn't, hey, here's an offer on your listing.
It's in fact, the way that the language is even spelled out is it's building the relationships. It even says Merry Christmas.
Right.
It even on holidays, it says Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy President's Day.
Yeah. Well, not on like nobody cares about, I mean, Everybody cares about President's
No,
Day.
every parent does because their kids are out of school right now.
But it's just, I mean, it's a mind blowing thing that I honestly, I could have never done this myself.
Sure.
Right. I'm 45 years old.
Yeah.
I'm a dinosaur like you. I use the accordion, file folder. Everything I did, I've done from my cell phone.
Yep.
I would not have invented this system.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how this system got invented? 17-year-old is in high school.
Mm-hmm.
He realizes that he's chained to a desk 8 hours a day and needed to figure out how he could have automated conversations while he's in school, and built this during his summer holidays.
Love it.
And has been using it and making $50,000 a month every month since he started implementing it.
Love it.
Guys, this guy is 17 years old.
Yeah.
17 years old. $50K a month. And he invented the Astro Blaster.
So he's 17. He's in high school. He's finding these opportunities. Did he squad up with somebody in Astro to sell these deals? Because you got one side, right? You got lead generation on one side. You got to convert those leads in the middle, and then you got to sell these.
Absolutely.
To the cash
so
buyers.
He's not only squatting up with Astro students to sell, he's selling through Keegley franchises. Right. He's working with some TTP people. He's working with sub 2 students. So like it's the disposition side is still normal.
Yep.
But it's getting the deal, which has been automated.
I want to talk to you about building a cash buyer database in a second, but I want to stay on this. And guys, ask questions about Astro Blasting here in the comments section. We'll pull you up and get those questions answered so that if you do have the opportunity to get a spot, you have 7 left, something like that?
6
left. Okay. To get it, maybe in the next round, you'll be confident and comfortable moving forward with
5.
that decision. 5. Okay, good. 5 more. Guys, put in your questions if you have questions about Astro Blasting, because it sounds phenomenal and it's really building the relationship. Now, let me ask you this. You build the relationship with the agent. How long does it take before you start getting a deal? I mean, you've got people around the country doing this manually.
Yes.
So just in regular, let's Astro
8
Blasting,
to 13 touches.
8 to 13 touches, responding to them. Is that a month? Is that 2 months? Is that 3 months? I want to set the expectation because I don't want it to be one of those things.
No,
where it's
I think if you have your follow-up sequences set up the way that they are, we have multiple use cases right now where about 30 days start to finish from initial outreach to closed wire sent.
Yeah.
About 30 days.
Yeah. That's the average, or that's like
that is, well, we have a small beta group, right?
Yeah.
So
no, I'm just talking about like in general. So your strategy is to build referrals.
No, in general, bro, when we're hand texting and we're doing it's usually a 90 day.
Right.
It's usually 90 days. And so what we've been finding is the problem why it's 90 days when we do it, when a human does it, is because we mess up.
Sure.
Because we don't follow up as often as we're supposed to.
Yeah.
We don't follow up as much as we're supposed to. The blaster is doing it for you.
Yeah.
So again, did it shorten the length of time that it takes to get a deal done? Possibly.
Sure.
Or did it just make us more?
Because once you pass your 90 days, you're in rhythm. Even if you're doing it, you're in rhythm. So I mean, really, it's building the relationship. From there, though, you go all the way. You're building a relationship. At some point, do you get on the phone with them? You get on the phone with these agents,
yes,
and you start really putting
that's
a
the
human.
piece. So what Andy said today is like every day you open up your messages and you mow the lawn.
Right.
So he goes in and he looks at all the messages.
Did he say that?
Yeah, you mow the lawn.
This guy.
Because what ends up happening is because he plants the seed, and then what happens is an address sprouts.
Right.
So he just goes in and mows the lawn, and then he just scrapes the addresses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But then you call the agent.
Yes. Yeah. It's
now,
not.
do you?
You're not gonna. The robot's not gonna do a deal from start to finish.
Right. Yeah.
At some point. Yeah. At some point, you're going to need to jump in and take control.
Right.
At some point, you will. But that means you have a deal in play. That means you have a conversation in play. That means that this is a live contract or a live opportunity or a live situation. So you better take control of it from that point.
Right. So if somebody's just doing this and they're doing it manually, at what point is that a trigger to get on the phone with them and not just text with an agent, to actually have a conversation and be like, hey, and really solidify, really sink into that relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's multiple triggers that will notify you that it's a hot lead.
Yeah.
So it's just on certain words that the agent says, or they send you numbers like an address.
Yeah.
Or they basically, based off of the language on the response, it tells you that it's a hot opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the AI knows that what the agent just said means that there could be a higher likelihood that you should take a look at this conversation.
Right.
Because you're not going to take a look at all the conversations. There's no
Right.
way. What's the point of having AI have a conversation for you if you have to monitor all the calls,
Right.
monitor all the chats? You don't have to do that.
Well, I'm just hoping that nothing slips through, that it didn't.
Yeah.
You're doing volume at that point. My thing is, okay, so we've got what, 40,000 agents, 60,000 agents here in Phoenix? 80,000 agents.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less after last year, but
Maybe a little
yeah,
less
yeah,
than
yeah.
last year, yeah.
But in a typical market, let's say there's 2,000, there's 3,000, there's 4,000. How do you not burn out that list too fast? You know what I mean? And go back, or do you just use that to filter through the 10%, 20% that are going to respond and actually, are actually doing business out there, and then all of a sudden, you're just focused on them? Is that what this could be used for too in smaller markets?
Yeah, so that's a really great question, right? Here's what I've seen. So we've got, I think the agent list right now in Maricopa County is like 78,000. That's why I said 80,000.
Yeah.
It's around 78,000. So look at it this way.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I've got Keegley Corporate.
Yeah.
I've got franchises.
Yeah.
I've got Astro Flipping students.
Yeah.
I've got Astro Flipping students using Astro Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking about agent outreach for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple challenges on how it works, yet our deal volumes have not shifted,
Right.
have not changed. Look, here's the bottom line. There is no such thing as an oversaturation.
Right.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Every agent is going to respond to or be available to have a response based off of where they are in the world, what time of day it is, or what's going on, and who reached out to them at what time. So like any other human being that you send a message to, say for instance, you're doing cold calling for pre-foreclosures,
Yes.
right? How many people cold call or door knock pre-foreclosures oh my gosh.
Look at this guy. There he is. Pace, welcome. Pace Morby, Mr. Sub 2. What's
Hi.
going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Sorry I've been flying every Monday for the last 25 years of my life.
I am happy to see you, bro.
Happy to see you too. Your mastermind this weekend was amazing, bro.
The mastermind was phenomenal. I did a survey of what people loved the most, and nobody said me. It was a 3-way tie between Pace Morby, Brent Daniels, and Stephen Trang.
All right. Steve Trang.
Not Steve Trang, Stephen Trang.
Steven. Oh, formal.
They don't like Steve Trang. They like Stephen Trang.
I like him too. Yeah.
No, listen, the mastermind was phenomenal, and I appreciate you guys coming. The amount of value that happens at that 3-day event is incredible. But you want to know what else was really fun, Pace, is Josiah actually did hot seat with me as well. And yeah, I know it was strange. I got to pull Josiah out of corporate world and like have him help me talk to the Astro Flipping community members about, those who had like small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and then building up into larger ones. And it was just fun. It was just fun to see all of the different ways that people are building. And, I've got students right now that are hot on my ass right now. They're like Snap Flip. They are going to go into multiple markets and probably within 12 months franchise. And it's beautiful. Like there's nothing, I have nothing but love and I believe so much in the abundance of our opportunity and what we do here in this business that I'm promoting them. So guys, Snap Flip, they're awesome.
We'll get them in here. Pace, where are you at right now?
I'm in Sarasota, Florida. I'm about to speak on David Hughes' stage tomorrow on my birthday. And greatest gift I could get on my birthday is somebody letting me work,
Happy birthday, brother. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. So I committed to this speaking engagement about 9 months ago before Jamil and I decided we weren't going to go travel around the country anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to tell Jamil, hey, I want you to come to the Sarasota speaking engagement. But then like the next day, Jamil and I go, let's stop traveling so much unless it's just to do pop-ups for our community. And, but the good thing is Jerry Norton then says, hey, want to come out to Puerto Rico and film with me? So I'm going to go hunt iguanas with him tomorrow, 2 days this week. And then I'll be back in Florida with Carl Allen speaking on his stage at the end of the week as well. So I'll be traveling for another 7 days. I got the wife, the 2 baby girls with me. It's awesome.
When you get on stage, what do you talk about?
It depends on the crowd, but if it's a beginner crowd, I talk a little bit about the mindset that I had to go and do 7,000 renovations for other people before I ever believed in doing them for myself. And then if it's an audience of people doing deals, I tell them that creative finance is like the lightning bolt that they need to have in their tool chest. And then when I go speak on other people's stages that know creative finance, they all want to know about one thing and one thing only: community. How has Pace truly built a diehard, unbelievably connected, loving, go-giver community that will all basically just help each other out till the end of time? And so tomorrow, this is an audience I've never spoken to before, and they're all real estate people. So I'm going to speak on creative finance tomorrow and talk about the last 10 deals I did. Just kind of break down, like, here's where the deals came from. Here's what we're making on them. Here's why I'm still buying. Here's what I feel about the market, and just give people like really brass tacks, tractionable, actionable, technical things. No hypothetical stuff.
I love it. You guys don't have to travel in April 15th and 16th, the Wholesaling Inc. Summit. You guys here coming in. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for that.
Are you inviting us?
Yeah, I hope I am.
I am 100%. So there's 2 events. And if you're saying right now, April 15th and 16th, yep. Bobby, can you put that in our calendar and block it off? Brent, are you asking me out?
Yes.
So I would love to.
Yes.
So April 15th
I asked
and
you
16th.
out like a month ago.
Okay. Well, done.
Yeah.
And then Pace, you and I are doing an event with Tarek at the end of April. But I think that's it. Like we're done.
You guys better show up to this.
It's astro flipping, sub 2 pop-ups, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one thing that I'm talking to Steve Harwood about right now that I haven't brought up to you yet, Jamil. I wonder if I can grab you for it, but maybe it's not possible. When my book comes out with Bigger Pockets on May 2nd, in order for me to hit the Wall Street Journal bestseller list, I have to sell 10,000 books from March 2nd to March 9th. So
how many? 10,000 books from March 2nd to March 9th?
Yeah.
I will buy all 10,000 copies.
No. Come on. That's like quarter mil, bro. Come on. Go
okay,
buy. Go. Yeah. Yeah. No. So Steve Harwood says, man, you guys have been so awesome for Prime and, directing your guys' communities.
I'm anywhere you want me to be, bro.
He wants to get his plane and do 14 cities in 7 days.
If it's to promote the Pace Morby Creative Finance Bigger Pockets book, I will come out of retirement and I will go on tour with you.
What he's thinking is we go while I'm doing a book signing, and I would do the same thing for you when your Bigger Pockets book comes out. Basically go, all right, how do we make sure that we see 10,000 people in 7 days, type of thing. And so he's thinking, let's go to like the biggest cities. Let's get my plane so you have no waiting line. So you'll go to like Dallas to Houston in 1 day. Yep. And then the next day you're like Miami to Orlando, Tampa, Atlanta, North Carolina. You bounce around New York, New Jersey, get a couple thousand. LA. So we were thinking about doing like a coast to coast book signing tour, 7 days, 14 cities, essentially try and get 400 or 500 people out to each location.
Done.
Yeah, if you're down.
And then I'm retiring after that.
Yeah, me too. I think
No, my book comes out in the fall.
Your book will come out this year?
My book's coming out in the fall. Yours is coming out in the summer. Mine's coming out in the fall.
Okay.
I purposely pushed my book release date because they were going to release mine and Pace's book at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, but what if somebody only has $20?
Nice.
Then they're going to buy Pace's book.
I like buying books in the fall anyway. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Guys,
Pace,
15th and 16th.
April 15th and 16th, we're done.
16th. Here
how do people get on
Arizona. What's that?
How do people get on that?
Growth Summit 2023. GrowthSummit2023.com. GrowthSummit2023.com. It's already in
my calendar.
I know. I asked you a while ago. Oh. I know. You got a lot of stuff going on. But Pace, I'll talk to you. We'll push it out. I'd love to get your community in there. I think they'll get an incredible shot in the arm for the rest of the year.
I'm texting Katie on my team right now to let her know.
I mean, bro, I'm already committed to you.
Growth Summit 2023. Henry Washington's going to be there.
Amazing.
Tom Kroll, Todd Toback, Pace Morby, Jamil Damji. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So make sure, guys, get in there. Registered now. We've got early bird special until I think the end of this week or the end of next week. Next week. GrowthSummit2023.com.
Only 4 open seats left for Astro Blaster.
There you go.
Pace, we sold out today.
I knew you would, bro. I saw your live. You had like almost 1,000 people on there today. We had
a moment where we had 1,050. It was incredible. But thank you for your support. Thank you for the communities, the Sub 2 community, the TTP community, the Astro community showing up. You guys made a young man's wet dream.
That's not my goal, but I'm glad I did that.
Beyond that, we have the most incredible piece of technology ever created for agent outreach, and it's just, I'm so happy to be able to share it with my brothers. Thank you guys.
Yeah, of course. I've only got like 5 more minutes. I got to go to this. You know how it is. The night before you speak, you got to go to the VIP thing and hang out with all the VIPs and all that kind of stuff. So I got to go to that. It's 7:30 here. So I've got 5-10 minutes. What do you say we get?
Where can people see you while you're out there? Is there anywhere that they can come and watch you tomorrow? Is there tickets still available?
I think everything I'm going to is all sold out.
Damn. Are you doing a pop-up? Can people come to a pop-up that you're having while you're out there?
Yes, Sarasota, Florida. I'm doing a pop-up event tomorrow night for my birthday.
Any details? Are we allowed to share details, or are you going to just keep it for Sub 2 only, or can TTP and Astro folks come out?
I would love TTP and Astro folks to come out. It's tomorrow night. The details are in my Instagram stories, and Sub 2 students have gotten the link emailed to them. And then in Puerto Rico, Jerry and I are going to try and do a pop-up event. I don't know the details on that yet. We're working on it, probably Friday night this coming week. And then in Tampa, I'll be doing another Sub 2. I think I'm going to try and do Wholesale Hotline next month or next Monday in a live audience in Tampa, Florida.
Love it.
So we got like a little bar. We got a little bar there. Not a bar. I'm sorry. We got like a hotel lobby that they've partitioned off. So it's all quiet. And I'm going to stream my side. So we have a live audience on my side. That live audience that we had a couple of weeks ago on Wholesale Hotline was freaking amazing.
Yo, check it today.
Check it out.
Check this out.
Did we set up another camera angle, Matt?
Hold on. Matt's got it in a second.
There they are. What's up? Wow, that's cool.
Yay!
I see Sarah in there. I see Atlanta. That freaking mustache. You can't.
You see half of the Jamoods. You got Mahmood from Jamood. That's like the new Benifer, you know?
Nice.
It's John Galan and Mahmood.
Yeah.
Issa. Together they make Jamood, or also known as Snap Flip.
All right.
We got some We got Dominique from the NorCal Astro community out here, Heidi and Danny from Atlanta. We got a lot of people in here that actually everybody was like, "Where's Pace?" And
Sure.
you weren't here, dude.
Sure.
So I get to sign the autographs today.
Ooh.
And Brent.
Can I bring up 2 things that are on my mind as of today?
Of course. Yeah.
Number 1, multifamily real estate. Pay attention to this, wholesalers. Multifamily real estate is going to go on sale in a big, big way. In about 3 months, it's going to get bad. And it's going to stay bad.
How do you know? Because I know how you know, but can you please let us in? Tell us how you know.
Okay, so when you are in the multifamily space, you buy expensive data. Okay, Black Knight data is mortgage data. So it shows you all the types of loans, who has them, what assets they own. Like, it's very, very in depth. So Black Knight data is all mortgage or loan information across the country. It's not just single family, it's multifamily as well. And so what you do is you start seeing where people's loans are starting to mature. Okay, what does that mean? That means people that buy and syndicate, or they do value add, as they like to call it in multifamily.
Yep.
They were buying properties 2-3 years ago, aggressively raising capital from private investors, getting very aggressive financing, meaning they weren't getting permanent financing. Over 90% of syndicators do not ever get permanent financing, which means that their financing is subject to mortgage or rates
adjustable
rising or going down.
Yep.
So if you buy a property and you're competing with 100 other companies on that same property, which all syndicators compete like crazy. It's a very competitive market. So basically, you've got to be better at raising capital than anybody else, and you've got to be aggressive on your purchase price more than anybody else. So if you're bringing a lot of investors to the table, you're giving them a lot of ownership, and you're really aggressive on your purchase price, meaning you're offering more than what the asset is worth, what you're banking on as a multifamily syndicator is interest rates staying somewhat low and then selling that asset after you improve it and increase rents to a hedge fund or a pension fund or a Blackstone or something like that. The problem is, here's the problem. Those assets were cash flowing at a 3% interest rate, a 4% interest rate, a 5% interest rate. I have a multifamily asset right now. I own one that now went from 4.5% interest to 7.5% interest in 6 months because I have adjustable rate. Good thing is I have a cap on my rate, so it can't go up any higher than it is right now.
Yep.
It sucked up $81,000 a month in cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, say that one more time, Pace, because
it's $1 million a year,
bro. He went from $85,000 a month or $83,000 a month in cash flow to $1,400 a month in cash flow because of 2%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about $100 million asset, these numbers change everything dramatically. So here's what's happening. There are over 400,000 properties, okay, that have 400,000 loans attached to them that are all coming due right now and all throughout the rest of the year. What does coming due mean? It means when they bought these properties 36 months ago, 48 months ago, 60 months ago, they bought these assets and told the lender, hey, our exit strategy is 36 months to 60 months, and we're going to improve the property, increase rents. What happened during that time? Here's what happened during that time. Crazy inflation. Contractors, all their estimates were double, triple, or not even getting done at all. And so a lot of these multifamily syndicators are stuck in projects that are not even halfway completed. And I'm getting calls all over the country right now, people calling me and saying, take this asset off my hands. Our investors are going to lose $20 million if you don't help us out right now. Okay. And people.
So is now the time, Pace? Here, because let me tell you what. You know, I invested $750,000 in syndications last year, and every single one of them have sent me an email saying, hey, by the way, you're not getting your money back.
Yeah, basically. Most multifamily syndications I'm talking to right now are pausing distributions. Okay, what does that mean? It means all the syndicators that are used to getting like a 7% return on their money, all their distributions are getting paused. Okay, now I own 0 assets that are in trouble. I'm so grateful. Most of my assets are all my multifamily, except for one, is all seller finance. Everything else is at a fixed rate, 30 years. I'm in no trouble whatsoever. But on one of my assets, I'm not in trouble, but I saw exactly what can happen firsthand. And what I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up buying my individual investors out with my own cash, because I'm like, I don't want you in this deal because it's unpredictable, and I'm going to stay in this deal for a long period of time. Now, I can withstand that storm. I can cut a check. Can most syndicators cut a check to save a deal?
Nope.
No.
You know, the syndicators that I'm involved in, you want to know what they not only said, if there's a high likelihood that you've lost your money, but any chance you want to give us some more?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Because they want you to buy down the
bail us out. Yeah.
Bro.
They want you to buy
throw
down
more cash on the fire. Maybe to put the fire out.
It's
2022 was the year of big losses.
Yeah.
2022 is the fuse. 2023 is the bomb. Okay. We've seen some sizzle. Here's what I'm seeing right now. Fix and flippers calling me and saying, take over my hard money loan, more than I've ever seen, even all the way through 2022. Interest rates are going to go up 2 more times. 2 more times. Anybody want to fight with me on it? Any loan officer out there that wants to fight with me, guys?
Guaranteed they're going up 2 more times.
Guaranteed. So rates are going to go up 2 more times, which is amazing for wholesalers. Okay. It's absolutely amazing for wholesalers. It's unbelievable for creative finance investors. Like, we're going to have a day in the sun like you've never seen. But for people that are trying to wholesale or buy and hold multifamily, what we have coming up is in the next 24 to 36 months is the golden era of gobbling up multifamily deals that were purchased 2 years ago, 3 years ago for $100 million that are going to sell for $51 million, $35 million, $65 million instead of what they were selling for and trading for 3 years ago at $100 million.
So Pace, before you go, because I know you've got a limited amount of time, and here's the $1 million question. Okay. So there's going to be all these syndicators that are going to be in big trouble. Okay. And they're going to want to sell their buildings, right? But they're not going to want to sell their buildings at massive losses. They're going to be trying to sell their buildings at cost or just below cost, or they're not going to shave their heads until right before it's the last minute. We know how, these people typically work. So one of two things are going to need to happen, right? First, you're going to need to be able to perform and close, or you're going to need to be able to have your buyer and your capital and all of your opportunity or your ability to close ready. So how can people prepare themselves to be in the correct formation to take advantage of that? Because, closing on a $30 million or $40 million multifamily project is not like just a walk in the park, right? It's like really hard, even if it's a fantastic deal. So what would you suggest people do now to start getting themselves prepared to be able to close on those deals once the sellers start to actually realize they got to shave their head?
Okay, I got 3 things for this. Okay. Number 1, invent a time machine, go back 24 months, listen to Brent Daniels and when he said get loud, and build a brand so that you can raise capital. Because here's the problem. Multifamily is not about multifamily. Multifamily is about raising money.
Yep.
And people fail to realize that. They think it's real estate. It's not. It's a game of raising capital. If you don't have a brand, you ain't raising capital you're not going to compete against me. You're not going to compete against Brandon Turner. You're not going to compete against Grant Cardone, which is the second thing I wanted to bring up today. So that's number 1. You're not going to be able to do that. but always be building brand, always be serving people with your content, and get loud like Brent talks about. That's number one. Number two, invest in other people's deals as an LP as the market is crashing. So for example, I've got $200 million of accredited investors on my waiting list, $200 million of accredited investors on my waiting list. And I've got about $75 million of non-accredited investors on my waiting list. So we're waiting and timing the market to go in and buy these deals 30% discount, 40% discount, 50% discount. So if you are somebody who can just be a limited partner, now is the time to go invest with somebody. I don't want this to be a plug, but I got to get loud. I got to always be loud. Investwithpace.com is where you guys can register to be in my deals. I don't currently have any deals because I'm waiting on the sidelines, waiting for the dominoes to fall. So if you guys are going to, go and register with investwithpace.com, I'm not touching an asset for probably another 6 months.
Yeah, but at least they can put their name on a list and get pre-qualified and make sure that they've got all of their T's crossed and their I's dotted so that when the time to strike happens, they can do it. You guys wait until he's got the deal. It's not going to work.
Yeah, once we get the deal, we raise the money in less than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
don't be crazy. Go and register now.
That's number two. Number three, find people like me, like Vina Jetty, like Brandon Turner, who are ready and capable to buy. I'm ready and capable to buy. I've got $200 million. We will actually utilize $100 million this year in private capital. I'm sure of it. At least Josiah, our partner, believes that we will. $100 million in private capital. What does that mean? That means I'm going to probably buy $300 million in real estate this year towards the end of the year. What does that mean for you guys? If you knew my buy box and you submitted to me a deal, last year I paid $210,000 on one 43 unit.
Yep.
We have a deal in the pipeline right now where a wholesaler will, if it goes through and closes, the wholesaler will make $1.3 million in an assignment fee. Okay. This is what I'm saying. If you're a wholesaler, write this down. You need to know 5 successful multifamily operators that are doing deals of 100 unit deals or larger. And you will find, okay, I'll release the data. I'll do like a wholesale hotline with you guys in a couple of months where I'll release all the properties that are going to come due and let these freaking wholesalers grind on these syndicators and buy these deals at a discount. You can make 200 grand, 500 grand, $1 million.
I mean, it's time. It's time to start planting the seeds right now, right? So if they start calling the syndicators now and say, "Hey, I heard you're about to go bankrupt. Anything I can do to help?"
Oh yeah, bro. They know it. Like that's the thing is they know it. They're calling me. I mean, you and I were at dinner with Grant Cardone, which is the next thing I wanted to bring up. You and I were at dinner with Grant Cardone talking about this 4 months ago, and he says you got to pull up Black Knight data, which we then did. And we got really deep into it. Go, oh my gosh, this is literally the great. Here's the thing: is it's not just the greatest opportunity for multifamily. This will trickle into single family as well.
Yep.
Because a lot of our GDP is surrounding around building houses, and what is happening right now? People are not building houses.
Exactly.
So people are getting laid off all over the country. What does that mean? More foreclosures means discounts. People come to me all the time. Pace, there's demand, there's demand, there's demand. Guys, demand means nothing when affordability is lacking. So if we go from 7.5% interest up to 8.9% interest before the summer is up, people are not going to be able to afford houses at where they currently are, and we're going to lose another 16% in the market. Last year, we lost 16% in Phoenix. Okay.
Yep.
Well, this year, I think we'll lose another 16%. It will trickle across the board. And as wholesalers, you will have a field day. This will be the greatest era. The next 24 months will be the greatest era for wholesalers. Wholesaling creative deals, wholesaling cash deals, wholesaling multifamily. Everything's going on sale. Now is the time to prepare yourself. Get your ass to events. Get your ass to networking events. Get together with people that have your opposite skill set. If you're not good at raising money, get around people that are good at raising money. If you're not good at doing a YouTube, go with somebody else. Go with somebody else that's actively building YouTube. Go and get around people with your lacking skill sets and start amplifying the stuff. Before I go, I know this is a sensitive topic, but I think it needs to be brought up. I got called a racist today.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I got called a racist today.
It's interesting that would be said to me, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, even me. Forget about the fact that I'm white. I mean, think about my birthday dinner, or not my birthday dinner, but like my epic, most like childhood dream dinner the other night that we had. Who was at the table?
Big boy.
Well, you know, we had half the table was African American. Okay. We had people from Europe. We had people from Brazil or Colombia. We had people who are LGBT. How do you say that?
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. We had, you know, gay and lesbian people at the table. We had Hispanic at the table, multiple Hispanic people. We had multiple Indian people, both female and male. There were actually more females in that room than there were males. And Vina, when we're walking out of that room, says, this was the most inclusive, diverse dinner I have been to in my entire life. And I go, oh, what do you mean? And I literally didn't even think about it. Like I'm just collecting valuable, amazing human beings in my life. And I never think about their sex, their sexual orientation, their religion, their race. I never think about any of these things, even especially their education, like especially where they came from means very, very little to me. And today I get called a racist. And I'm like, oh, I wonder why would you call me a racist? Like, what have I ever done? And I want to say a couple of things here. Associating yourself with people that will fly off the cuff. Okay. Associating yourself with people that will fly off the cuff and say horrible things is something you have to be very, very, very careful of. What happened the other day, whether it was taken out of context or it wasn't taken out of context.
I mean, it's inexcusable. If you hear the comments that were made, they're inexcusable.
Inexcusable. Context or non-context. I'm going to go back and watch it, and I'm going to talk about this one of these mornings and do a live about it. And I'm going to watch it live and do a reaction. And I'm basically going to talk to people about associating yourself with people that have no filter. Okay. Where you think it's okay because of the context you're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just blown away by that from a brand perspective. I was like, why am I racist? And then I stopped and I asked them, I said, hey, I'm really not trying to be negative with you. What is it that made me racist? Where does that even come from? I don't think I've ever said something racist in my life, but I could be wrong. I'm open.
It's hard timing because we had an episode that just got aired on Saturday that was that had the individual in question in it. And then right after that, there were some very inflammatory remarks that were made that, you know, when I heard them, I got my entire throat closed. I didn't even know. I got hot. I got hot, you know, for me. I thought, what are you saying here? Like, this is some of the most disrespectful language I've ever heard with respect to like someone's opinion on a demographic, on their capacity to understand and why they're being targeted or why they're being marketed to and how they're being marketed to. It was, you know, in all aspects, Pace, it was very disappointing. And again, at the same time, you and I are very much at the forefront of our businesses, and we see and get to hang out with and be in association with a lot of people, but we can't be responsible for what people say all the time. It's not our responsibility. Somebody has an opinion or somebody does something that's outside of what we believe. We just have to be able to, you know, draw our line in the sand and say, this is not how we feel. This is not who we are.
I don't know. This is an interesting conversation because Jefferson made a comment today, and I actually really agreed with him. He said, you can't borrow this man's brand and have him open up doors for you and benefit your life. But then when it benefits you, say, oh, no, 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 no. That everything that helps me, I'm a part of. But the one thing that doesn't help me, that's the part where I draw my line in the sand.
Fair.
And I was like, what a great point.
100% he's right.
Very, very right. And so I just want to point out to everybody, what we stand for as a community, man alive. Like, we are trying to be so all inclusive. And I think we've been so inclusive that I don't look at I know sounds really, really weird and maybe cliche, but people tell me, like, somebody the other day said, how is it that your two best friends are both Indian? And I was like, are they? And then oh yeah, I guess, yeah, Vina and Jamil, I guess, yeah, they're both Indian. Like, I just don't see it. And I think that we've done a really good job of this in Wholesale Hotline, and I'm really proud to call you guys my friends. And I'm really glad of our community does what it does and brings everybody and does not alienate anybody, whether you're gay, you're straight, you're Christian, you're non-Christian, you're whatever color you are, you're a zebra, you're a fruit stripe gum of every single color. It does not matter to us. We have really wanted to love our audience and make sure our audience feels that love every single day. And you guys, couple of lessons there. I feel like I have a lot to learn from what Grant Cardone is going through. A couple of lessons there. Number one, you are who you associate yourself with. And I have to own that. And I have to own that, and I have to address that. And I don't think it's the end of the world, but here's the thing. What he said was ignorant. In whatever context under the sun, it was an ignorant comment. I have to own that. As somebody who has leveraged his brand, Jamil and I had him on our TV show. We have to own that. We have to understand that. Second thing is, your brand, as you grow your brand, everybody that's paying attention, okay? Brent has been talking about this so much. Get loud, get loud, get loud. Build your brand, build your brand, build your brand. Something that I'm very proud of is who I've built my brand with. Very, very proud of that. I'm very, very proud of you guys as my friends. Very, very proud of our community. And it just makes me double down and want to protect my space even more. Mm-hmm. Especially as we all continue to grow and go, look, there's no excuse for tomfoolery. There's no excuse for bullshit. There's no excuse for any of that kind of stuff. And when your friends make a mistake, they need to be called out on it, like a friend should call out somebody. So I sent a couple of messages today on that front to call those things out to that camp and express my opinion about those things, whether they care about those things or not.
I did the same thing, Pace. I had no replies.
Yes, correct. So, I understand why. So I want everybody to understand that we own that. Chris Jefferson in his Instagram post today could not have been more correct, is that you can't borrow somebody else's brand and get into their audience and then one day go, oh yeah, but all the bad things he does, that has nothing to do with me. It all has something to do with you. And it makes me really want to double down on who I vet. I'm not saying Grant's a bad person. I'm not saying he's benevolent. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying anything about him right now. I want to watch that whole interview. I didn't get to watch the whole interview. All I want to say to you guys is, as you build your brand and as you squad up with more and more people, protect your space. Okay. I also have somebody inside of my community that I had to pull out of my community today. And this is something that I own. I had a student borrow 20 grand from another student and is now refusing to pick up the phone, refusing to do the things. And, we encourage people to squad up. We encourage people to link in with each other. And we own and we talk about all the positive things when people are doing deals and making millions and millions of dollars together. Today, I had to face the music on one of my community members that we have a pending lawsuit with and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't a deal I was involved in, but because of me, those people met. And so it helps me double down on my guidelines and my expectations in my community. I urge you boys to do the same thing. We are doing a Zoom when I get back in about 10 days where I'm laying down irrefutable, unapologetic, very, very strong guidelines on how people should be linking in with each other, branding with each other, and partnering with each other, and making sure that you protect yourself from people that do stupid things. I think that the economy is I don't think we're going to crash, but I think we're going to go through some tough times. And I think that what happens in tough times is people do some horrendous shit.
Yeah.
You remember back in 2008, the people that were jumping off buildings and killing themselves because they basically were running unintentional Ponzi schemes. All the things that were going on back in 2008 really shed light on how bad people will treat each other when things get really, really bad. And I think you guys make sure you are protecting your environment, make sure you are vetting everybody you partner with, and do not partner with people. Okay. Do not partner with people unless you've vetted them deeply. Make sure you have done that. And you guys remember what it was like in 2008, how bad it was?
Yep.
And people were stealing money from each other and doing horrendous shit to each other, right?
Yeah, you already see it popping up. It's already popping up. You know what I mean?
Bro, you and I got robbed for $1 million each.
Yeah.
Dude, like, what do you think? This was the runway to what we're about to experience.
Right.
You know, and oddly enough, I've been in conversation with people today about the fact that you and I had that situation happen to us. And bro, the people who even put us in the situation right now, we come to find out that they made money on the deal.
Got it. You gotta watch who you're around.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it.
There's a lot of people.
First and foremost, there's no vehicle to make money like real estate.
Nope.
Never think that there's anything better than real estate. Pace and I,
wholesaling specifically.
We make so much money in real estate that we're like, hey, you know what we should do? We should like diversify ourselves. We diversify ourselves, and immediately what ends up happening, we step in a snake pit.
Yeah.
We each lost $1 million, bro.
I know, it breaks my heart. It does. I mean, anyway, there's a lot to that, but
anyway,
I really go ahead.
I didn't want to bring down the mood. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you guys. And, I was about to go downstairs. The thing that they wanted me to be at started 30 minutes ago, but I wanted to come in here and just tell you boys how much I love you and appreciate you guys and appreciate the relationship. I mean, we've been through the trenches together, all from little bitty babies with no brand starting out. And, I don't know how I got so lucky to get two unbelievable human beings in my corner. And I just want to let you guys know that when things go bad around me or things happen to other people, first thing that pops in my mind is the relationship I have with you guys as one of the luckiest, most best relationships I've ever had. I love both of you guys so much.
We love you,
brother. Have a good speech.
Okay. Later, guys.
All right. Get them. Yeah. How about this? How about build a successful wholesaling business? We talked about it at the mastermind. Build a successful wholesaling business. Let it be your ATM, right? Let it stack as much cash as possible. And when the market goes down, buy real estate. This whole multifamily craze that's been going on for the last few years, I'm like, why would people buy these properties while the market's going up?
Bro,
this is bananas.
Let me just tell you something about how disappointed I am in myself and how disappointed Pace is in himself.
Yeah.
Right? Because look, bottom line is, lucky enough, I do own a money printing machine called my wholesale business, right? Keegley is a money printing machine. We'll do anywhere between $1 million and $1.5 million worth of assignments a month. Okay? Let me tell you how much money our fix and flip business did. Okay?
Yeah.
We made a lot of money on a lot of deals.
Yeah.
But overall, all the deals, not the televised ones, but over all the deals, we're negative $500,000.
Yeah.
On fix and flip.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, right? My wholesale business, millions of dollars in profit.
Right.
Okay. So all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm paying too much money in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go buy real estate. And everyone's telling me the best way to buy real estate is multifamily syndications.
Of course.
So what do?
Easy
I go and
peasy.
put $750,000 into multifamily syndications.
Yeah.
All of those syndications right now are turning back at me and saying, hey, bro, we're going to lose all that money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but this is what we're taught. This is what we see on everything, right? It's like, greenhouses, red hotel, right? And that's how you build this whole thing up. And that's how you build long-term
stay a wholesaler,
real wealth, right?
Stay a wholesaler. Why do every time I step out, bro, I'm like, it's like I want to bang my head against this rhino's horn.
Yeah.
Because all that I can say is that I am a natural wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I give other people money? Because I don't know how to do the multifamily stuff.
Right.
I'm fix and flip. I'm okay at it. We're good at it. I got a good team.
Great.
But even that, the market does this and that, whoopty-wompty, and all of a sudden you're getting, smashed.
Yeah.
My wholesale business prints money.
How much risk do you have?
None. Zero.
So for the enlightened few that understand what wholesaling is, because we think everybody knows what wholesaling is. Nobody knows what wholesaling is. Go to any family barbecue, go start talking about it at the grocery store, talk about it at church, see how many people their eyes gloss over because they have no idea what we're talking about. Truly, they have no idea. Nobody knows this technique, but we do. And we go to ourselves, well, wait a second. We're not buying assets. Your business is the asset. Listen to me. That quote that Andrew Carnegie had back in the early 1900s, that more millionaires are made by real estate than anything else, is not true anymore. It is entrepreneurs. It is business owners. It truly is. I mean, maybe people thinking that their equity in their house is making them a millionaire. I'm talking about real money, like real money, and it comes from building an actual business. And we have the ability to go out every single day, build unbelievable relationships with people that don't know how to do these deals and bring them to us, or go directly to people that own ugly houses and solve their problems. And we get on average $38,000 a deal here in Phoenix. $38,000 a deal from having one conversation from one house that had, that's been boarded up for the last 5 years. It's bananas.
Why do you think Pace and I have recently just said we are out? We're done.
Right.
We're done meeting we don't want to be on your stage. You got an event, don't call us. We don't want to be on your stage. We don't want to fill your seats. We don't want to be a part of your Ponzi, F off. We're done. We've got our community. We've got the things that we're doing. We care about the Astro, TTP, and Sub2 communities. Yep. Not that we don't give a crap about the world as a whole, but bottom line is, at the end of the day, we know how to make money and we know how to protect ourselves. And we are done. We are tired with being a part of all of the other shenanigans, dude. It's done. Anyways.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw up on Wholesale Hotline, so we'll just keep going.
No,
guys, put your questions in the chat, and we'll answer them.
Yeah. And listen, it is lead generation. That's what this business is. This business is finding opportunities. This business is building relationships. This business is about being absolutely consistent. And if you think it's just wholesale a little bit and then start a flipping business, or wholesale a little bit and start a big portfolio of properties, you're going to get distracted, and you're not going to build this cash machine that you can use to then go and buy something, an asset that you can really weather the storm with, right? I'm talking about putting 20, 30, 50% down on properties, maybe even buying them cash. I know I'm crazy, but I like sleeping well at night. You know what I mean? I like making sure that I'm not speculating. And I think speculation has screwed more people during the last 5 years than anything. And it's the absolute truth. And you build relationships with people that have done a really good job in their business of doing this. And you're like, well, I'll just invest into that without knowing.
But bro, I took $5 million home last year, and guess what? I've already lost half of it to scams.
Right.
To scams.
Yeah.
To scams. And you know what? That makes me feel so sad because I should be smarter.
You are now. You are now. And you got a huge asset. You got a huge, but imagine if you gave up wholesaling.
Never.
What if you gave up wholesaling a year ago?
It's all I got, bro.
2 years ago.
All I got.
You know what I mean? No, you want to be smart. You didn't want to be a wholesaler anymore. You want to be smart. You want to be a buy and hold portfolio owner, right?
You know what was
you
funny?
Got your business.
At our mastermind, and let's put the camera on the audience.
Yeah.
At our mastermind, we visited 3 houses. All 3 were projects that we were involved in, right? How many of the 3 did I make money on? 1. See that? Everybody's putting up one. How many of the properties did I lose money on? And how much money did I lose? Lots. And why did I take you guys on those property tours? To show you guys the dangers. Yes! To remind you how powerful and how incredible wholesaling is. And don't let the shiny object syndrome of fix and flip. Don't let the shiny object syndrome of buy and hold. Don't let the shiny object syndrome of short-term rentals and the rest of this malarkey that people are out there trying to get you involved in. These people that are arbitraging rental houses to short. Bro, there's people out there who have leases on houses right now that they're going to try to turn into Airbnbs. That
it's been going on for years. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's bananas. It's absolutely bananas. And you could put your money, you could put your time and your investment into your own business. You know what I mean?
The fact is that, and also be around people that'll tell you the truth. Be around people that'll share with you where they lose. I had a mastermind where I had 45 students in my office, and I took them on a property tour where I showed them how out of 3 houses, I made money on 1 and lost money on 2. Do you think that most mentors would go around and show people how they lose money?
No, I think that's the biggest lesson of that whole weekend. You crushed it in the whole weekend, but that is huge. Because what's the first thing that we do as soon as we get money? Well, we better buy property.
We want to go figure out how to do all the other things. Oh, and what was funny was that we were sitting in there. I have 45 people in a house, and I'm like, how many of you want to fix and flip? Every hand went up, and I'm like, amazing. See this house? It's amazing, right? You guys love it? Yeah. Guess how much money I lost on this one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, well, we just, it's sexy to be able to tell people that you flip properties or that you own a bunch of rentals. People understand that. People that understand that. When you tell people you wholesale, they're like, what is that? Can you even do that type of thing? So I think there's part of us that's like, I want to be where people actually understand what I do. And I think it's nonsense. Who cares?
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right.
You have to own $33 million in real estate, free and clear, to make $1 million a year after taxes.
$1 million a year.
Yes.
So hold on a second. Are you telling me that if I make $1 million a month,
yes,
wholesaling,
yes,
how many houses would I need to own?
What's 33 times 12? Let's do the math. What is that? $380 million free and clear.
Okay, so you're telling me that I'd need to have near $500 million worth of real estate in order to make what we make at Keegley that we've been able to do in 6 years. Y'all, what's wrong?
And remember, when people do syndications, they don't own the whole building. They own like a teeny little bit of it, right? Even the people that put together the syndications only own a little teeny itty bit of it. You know what I mean? And people are like, well, I own 2,500 doors. No, you don't. You own 2% of 2,500 doors, or 1%, or 3%, or whatever it is. Don't get the wool pulled over your eyes. Don't get distracted. Don't I don't know. I like things real simple, Jamil. I like it small business. I like it movable.
Dude,
me too.
But you know what it is? Like,
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I know.
I lost $12 million in the last downturn.
Yep.
And so far in 2022, I'm down $2 million.
Yeah.
I'm down $2 million for 2022. And, I made 5 take home, right? But I'm down 2.
Yeah.
Bro, when I think about how hard it was
Let alone your
to
tax
make,
bill.
when I think about how hard it was to make the money that I made,
Oh, I know.
how much work we had to do,
Mm-hmm.
how many cities I had to visit, how many houses I had to flip, how many houses I had to wholesale, how many teams I had to build, how many franchises we had to open,
Mm-hmm.
how much I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, almost half of what I made got stolen from me.
The fact that you're telling everybody, I think, is powerful. I think this is. Do you guys feel this way? Has he talked like this the whole weekend? I mean, this is incredible. This is real. This is absolutely nobody else would say this.
Because you know what it is? I don't give up.
I know. You want to know why? Because you got an incredible wholesaling business. You're
Yes.
gonna make it back.
Yes.
In I don't know, 90 days.
Yes. I'm so, and you saw it from Pace today. Do you think either, and yourself, do you think any of us care? Does it matter to us what your opinion is based off of the fact that we've lost money? No, if you're going to unfollow me or not want to be a part of my world because I've made mistakes or I lost money on deals, then that means that you just want to follow fakes. That means that you just want to follow people. You want to be around people who just want to give you just the icing on the cake, and they're not interested in telling you about all the mold, all the crazy things, all the weird things that come around the corner, all of the terribleness that can happen. I mean, look, Wholesale Hotline, we are one of the most popular podcasts in the space of wholesaling.
Yep.
There is not a single podcast that has as many downloads and listens as we do. At the same time, Wholesale Hotline is all I should be listening to, is all I should be doing, because this is not fix and flip hotline.
No.
This is not syndication hotline. This is not buy and hold hotline. This is not invest your money with morons hotline. This is Wholesale Hotline. And if I had just been paying attention and kept my eyes on the prize of wholesale, I would still have the $2 million that I lost. Freaking sucks, man.
Well, I like Jerry Norton's strategy. Make a bunch, put it away, give it to private money lenders that'll give you 8 to 10%. They protect your interest. And listen, what people don't understand about our business is you could go online right now and Google hard money lenders, Phoenix hard money lenders, anywhere you guys are from, right? Private money lenders, and they will pop up. They literally have to put money into the streets for projects, for flippers, but they make sure that they look at the property. It's an asset-based lending. They're only going to give a certain amount or a certain price, so they stay very, very, very protected with their private money. And then they just send you 10% checks. If you give them your money, they'll just send you mailbox money every single month. You give them $10 million, and they're giving you 10%. I mean, there's your $1 million. You know what I mean? There's your extra $1 million a year passively that you can get, and you don't have to worry about the market cycle.
Guys, let us know if you think that it's valuable for us to be transparent.
Yeah.
It's valuable for us to tell you guys about the ins and outs of our investing life, the things that we're doing in the world, the people that we're connecting with. For us to be as transparent as real with you as we are, let us know if that's valuable to you, or if you would just like this to be, an entertainment show. We can be glossy. Actually, we won't.
We could do this whole show inside of your Rolls Royce.
I'd rather not do it.
Right?
I'd rather not do it.
Right. Why not? We'd get a lot more views, wouldn't we? We'd get a lot of people would think, wow, I better give those guys our money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Anyways, put your questions in the chat and we'll answer them. Gosh, man, what
Amazing.
a downer. God, I just want to bang my head against a rhino.
Don't do it.
Okay,
We got plenty more to do.
let's go.
We got plenty more to do. No, but I think that it's really interesting that at all times, no matter your credit or your job history or your experience, you can go and talk to a private money, hard money lender in town, and they will back you based on you finding incredible deals. I mean, that's crazy? I mean, it's like the industry is really pushing for us to be really, really, really good at this and really good at finding great deals. And even though we might not ever get a hard money loan with these people, we know that we have that to back us up, to make us actual real buyers. Because I think the imposter syndrome in our business, I think that the dirtiness of wholesaling is people don't have the ability to actually
close.
purchase the property, but we all do.
Yeah, but
We all do.
brother, let me tell you. Okay. You know that I've got a couple $1 million in an account
Sure.
that's available for
Yes.
audience members of Wholesale
There you go.
Hotline, Astro Flipping students, Sub 2 students, TTP students,
Yep.
flipfundllc@gmail.com. If you need a proof of funds, I got you. Flipfundllc@gmail.com. If you need a proof of funds, I've got you. But brother, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many students would you JV with? If a good deal came along.
To buy?
Yeah.
All of them. All of them.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is not just about us teaching you about this and that. It's about, hey, let's do business. Like, he wants to do deals with you. I want to do deals with you. I am your buyer. I am your partner. Pace is your buyer. Pace is your partner. When you connect to a community like this, what you do is you increase and you make yourself available to liquidity, money that wouldn't have been available to you had you not connected and squatted up.
Yep.
The beautiful part about what we do here, guys, is we make each other legitimate. When you write an offer on a house that you can't close, and you know you can't close, and you haven't made a relationship with somebody who can close, and you haven't squatted up with somebody who can close, and you don't have actual funds backing up your offer, do you want to know what that's called?
Get them.
Fraud.
Yep. You need to have the
Fraud.
ability.
Are you a fraud? Ask yourself.
When you could just have a conversation and squat up with somebody.
When you could
somebody in the
literally-
comment section right now.
when you could literally just connect, when you could just connect with cash buyers and people within our community that would financially back you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a fake. Don't be one of these people out there writing fake offers. Guys, this is not how it's done.
Well, and agents and property owners can smell it. They can smell the insecurity. They can smell that you're not confident with the offers that you're making. So squat up. That's the whole point of this whole entire show, the whole entire movement. Squat up. You know what I mean?
That's it, bro.
Just find it. You don't have to have all the money in your account. You just need to have
you
friends.
just need to have all the money in my account.
Boom.
That's it. You got the full force and eligibility and liquidity of Keegley backing you. You got all the money that Mr. Daniels has. You have all the money that Pace Morby has. Guys, we want to financially backstop your deals. We want to be a part of your world.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do business. When you squat up with an Astro Flipping student, when you squat up with a TTP student, when you squat up with a Sub 2 student, what are you doing? Legitimizing yourself because you are a part of a liquidity pool.
Mm-hmm.
You are a part of a group of people that actually have millions of dollars available to them to close their deals, to close your deals, to make good on your offers. When you're writing offers out there that are fake, when you are telling people lies, when you are doing things and just pretending, how do you expect to ever be able to gain anything from that? How?
And then once you have that, stay focused. How about that? How about be boring? Right? How about the repetitious boredom of talking to property owners and or the people that represent them every single day until you can bring people into your business? You can financially feel responsible for them and their family in your hands. The financial responsibility of that family in your hands because you actually built a real business and you're actually focused on that business and you're not distracted getting pulled in every single different way because you hear different podcasts, because you watch different YouTube channels. There's no easy path. There is no easy path. And if there is, it ends quick. At some point, you're going to have conversations with people that represent distressed property owners, or you're going to have to talk to the property owners yourself. And those are skills that you need to develop. Those are things that you need to do yourself and then bring people into your business. He did it. I did it. Pay certainly did it. I mean, it's just, there's no easy button for this thing. No. There is no easy button. Even with Astro Blaster doing all of these things,
it still requires you to jump in and have a call. Like there's going to be a point somewhere in that conversation where it's going to say, well, like Andy said, mow the freaking lawn. The grass is high, mow the lawn. You got to get in there and have the call. You got to pick up the phone and say, hey, so we've been chatting on text message and it sounds like you might have something for me. What do you got? Mm-hmm. Like that is the piece.
That's it.
That is the piece. Mm-hmm. The problem
and then
is
selling it and working with buyers
and then working with buyers and having it done.
Making sure things get to the finish line. All of these things are skills. The issue is people will do it. They're going to be successful, Jamil. They're going to have 100,000 sitting in their bank account and they're going to go, I need to put this somewhere. I better go buy this shitty triplex that's in a terrible area. And then all of a sudden that money's gone. It's gone.
Let me tell you something, okay? I've got students, family members. They'll make a bunch of money, and all of a sudden, instead of doing the thing that got them the money in the first place, they start reinventing the wheel.
Get real creative.
They get super creative. Like here's one of my favorite things. Right, I'm on an Astro call. Right, I'm on a support call, and somebody says, all right, so I made $30,000 in the last 2 months. Amazing. And it's been really good. And so I'm going to start direct mail. Mm-hmm.
Great idea. Give all the 30,000
back.
Yeah,
hold on a second. Wait. So you just got a couple of deals done. You got $30,000 in the bank and now you said what? Oh, you're going to do something different. Understood. Okay. So hold on a second. So you've made $50,000 on MLS on market MLS opportunities. Mm-hmm. You made 50 grand. And now you want to go invest in pay-per-click. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Guys, do the thing that got you paid the first time.
Yep.
If you are a TTP student and you figured out how to get a fantastic list and cold call that list and get that deal done and you made money, go do it again. Yep. If you are an Astro flipping student and you figured out how to make relationships with agents and you've got deals coming at you and you've got money coming at you, do that again. Mm-hmm. If you're micro flipping and working with other wholesalers and wholesaling deals and making money that way, do that again. If you're a sub-2 student and you've got a seller on the line that's got no equity but has and is willing to give you a house that has a 2.3% mortgage on it, and you can wholesale that thing for $15,000 and make a great wholesale fee, do that again. Why are we always wanting to do something different? Mm-hmm. Why?
Distraction. Yeah, doubt. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I feel like everybody, you start making some money and you get really, you feel like, I better get smarter about this. I want to work smarter, not harder type of thing. And instead of investing in really unbelievable people to join your business, you give it all away. You give it to the marketing. You give it to pay-per-click. You give it to Facebook.
How many people have you had in your mentorship that come back and say, I got distracted for 6 months and now I'm back?
Yeah. Well, listen, I talk to every single person, right? Every single person that joins, I do a welcome call with, and I say, listen, for the next 12 months, minimum, next 12 months, you wholesale everything. It's not time to buy and hold. It's not time to flip. It is time to wholesale absolutely everything. Let's build the machine before you start like doing all these other things. And listen, if they want to have a big portfolio, they want to flip a bunch of houses, great. Build this machine first. Don't work in it on a day-to-day basis and then go and do these exciting things that you want to do. And everybody's different. And I get that. But for the first 12 months, I don't think anybody should do anything but wholesale everything. I don't care if it's a unbelievable seller finance deal, wholesale it. Seriously, build the machine. I'm telling you, you build an actual asset. Jamil, you came out of nowhere, bro. You came out of nowhere. You had an owl as your Instagram profile pic for like what, years?
Yeah. 4 5 years.
You didn't even tell anybody your name for like years. You built up this business. You worked with Hunter and Josiah, and you guys built something really special. And that asset is now $1 million a month. I mean, that's bananas.
And on top of that, I can still get robbed. I
Sure.
can still get ripped off, and I can still get shiny object syndrome.
So, guys, you could either, listen to what he's saying and avoid it, or, just throw it out there. Just try to do everything. Try to do absolutely everything. I hope you stay focused. I really do. I hope this conversation really makes people stay focused.
This is the reason for the honesty. This is the reason for the transparency. And at the end of the day, if we aren't who we say we are, if we don't come out here and just lay it bare, if we don't just share with you guys the truth of what we're doing, then you shouldn't listen to us.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't, because we're not worth your time then. But the fact is that we do care. We do share, and we do want you guys to understand what it takes to get from wherever you are right now to wherever you want to go. So at the end of the day, wholesaling will always be the tried, tested, and true model to cash, cash, cash. Buy and hold's not going to do it. Rentals aren't going to do it. Airbnb is not going to do it. It's wholesale. Get it done, guys.
Only if you want to be really rich and wealthy, If you just want to have a lot of brain damage and heartache, go do those other things.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is coming from guys that have done all of those things. Absolutely all of those things, right? Bought rentals, lost them in the downturn, was doing flips. The last 2 flips wiped me out of the previous 50 flips. You know what I mean?
Bro.
It does. I mean, you catch a wrong property and you start investing and it turns into a money pit. It could take $100, $200, $300, $400,000 from your account after you've already paid taxes.
Literally looking at what we have right now and being like, why?
Yeah. Wholesale. Lowest risk, you get to learn the most, and you get access to buyers that have different strategies, different things that they're doing. And so you can see what's going on there. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to real estate, buying when the prices are low is probably a good idea. I'm just saying, buying multifamily when prices are going down, you know what I mean? If you're going to get into that, is a good idea.
Yeah.
When things are going up, it's like, okay, you're gonna buy this. I hope things keep going up, but eventually it's not. It's usually 5 years good, 2 years bad. That's typical in real estate.
Yeah.
We had a nice run up because we totally destroyed ourselves in 2008. So it's been kind of a little do, and then 5 years of bananas. Now we're gonna deal with 2 years of this, and people have lost all their profits. Those Airbnb guys, those fix and flip on some major fix and flips, it's rough. Don't go through it, guys.
Guys, we have 2 more spots available at, actually we might not, at theastroblaster.com. See if you can get an open seat. If not, sorry, we'll see you in a few months when the price is higher. Brent.
Yes.
What do you got going on this week?
Listen, guys, we have 300 seats for this growth summit in April. All right. Half of them are gone. We just put it out last week. Register today. Register right now.
The only place you're going to actually, literally, Pace, myself, and Brent are only going to be at one event together the entire year.
Yep.
It's the entire year. The entire year, you're not going to see all three of us together in one spot. It's this summit. What is the link? How can people sign up?
GrowthSummit2023.com. GrowthSummit2023.com.
Guys, go to
GrowthSummit2023.com.
GrowthSummit2023.com.
That's
it's
it.
300 seats and it's out. Okay. We love you.
We love you. That was awesome.
Man, it
that was
hurt
real.
though. I'm like, I just want to go home and cry.
I hope not.
Yeah.
You don't think it's like a release?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe go home and cry. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Could be. We love you guys.
You know why I don't cry? Because I got wholesaling, bitch!
Or just say squat up.
So squat up and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So squat up and enjoy the show.
What are you doing?
I didn't say that thing.
Why?
I don't know. I
Okay.
forgot. So squat up and enjoy the show.
Cool. I think we should use the one where Jamil doesn't say anything.